Welcome, everybody. This is Papi Platano. Welcome to the It Doesn't Matter podcast. We have your co-host, Strapfax John. He will give you all the knowledge that you will need for tonight. And the host of the show, Dom. Ready for his day?
Boom. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, brother?
Hi, guys.
Hi. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about Randy Orton and all of his WrestleMania appearances. One of my choices, and it's WrestleMania season. WrestleMania is here. It's this Saturday and it's this Sunday night. Randy Orton's supposed to fight Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, but unfortunately, Kevin Owens, he is injured, so I believe they're rolling with Solo Sikoa. How you guys feel about that?
Well, they usually say when you have to change the card, you want to go with something better or equal to. I love Solo, but I can't say you're equal to or better than KO. But you're more than adequate and should give Randy a decent match. But is there a surprise that we don't know about yet? We'll find out on Saturday or Sunday. Keep tuning in to WWE WrestleMania.
What if they gave Randy Orton that Seth Rollins treatment at WrestleMania in Dallas when Seth Rollins was waiting in the ring for his mystery opponent? Next to know, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, came out. What if he did that with a new signee to the WWE? What if it was like a Aleister Black or a Rusev? What if it was something like that? That'd been a cool pop right there. Solo been lost in the sauce for the longest time now, so I'm happy that he's getting a match, but come on now.
I mean, it would only make sense. I mean, it'd be Solo since he's having that rivalry with the whole bloodline or the whatever other bloodline is, the new bloodline. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a new signee or somebody new coming in. Maybe even someone from NXT, like a Trick Williams or something like that. I mean, obviously, nobody wants to see Trick lose on day one. But, hey, if you make a debut, what better guy to start off with the Legend Killer? Let's whoop that Trick, baby.
Imagine hearing the horns at WrestleMania. That'd be pretty dope.
Hey, you like that, right?
The night after, it's definitely possible. But no matter. We gonna see. John, what do you think about Solo and RKO?
Well, it would be a nice thing, get Solo Sikoa on the show. But it just like you talked about, it does give an opportunity for one of those debuts to happen earlier than expected. But you need Randy Orton's the face, so you want a heel to take that spot. But if you have a heel like Miro or Aleister Black coming back, you don't want them to lose. So what do you do? What do you do? I mean, hell, you can put Phoenix in that spot, and that'd probably be really awesome as well. And there's lots of rumors, a lot of speculation. It depends on which way they want to go with it. If they do announce Randy Orton and Solo Sikoa, then that's just the way. That's just gonna be the match. I don't think there'll be any further shenanigans. Maybe they have plans for those other guys, but I don't think it's gonna be a surprise nature like Seth in Dallas. But if they do announce it as a mystery opponent, then hey, more fun for everyone. But it depends on what they announce. If they announce him versus Solo, then that's fine, and the outcome will be pre-written. But who knows what they'll do? Hopefully, it's something better than sticking him in the SmackDown Battle Royal and having him win the Andre.
Oh Lord!
You know what, man? I was just thinking about if it ends up being like a 2-on-1 situation. I think Randy's gonna come out to he's not coming out solo. He might come back with a partner of his. He might make a pretty nice re-debut, bro. I'm just thinking.
That'd be dope. But would you guys be upset if, say it wasn't Solo, and then we see Randy backstage talking to Nick Aldis, I want a match. And then what if he just like throws himself into that World Heavyweight title match with Gunther and Jey Uso? Would you be mad about that?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Why not?
It makes Gunther. No sense.
Or, he beat him at the King of the Ring.
You basically hyped up Jey Uso just to get the shine taken off of him by another guy. I mean, it's literally like trying to redo the Daniel Bryan situation where he is over, but you feel like he's not over enough. So you need two guys to get him over, and one guy's got to lose. So, hey, just make him lose one-on-one, fair and square. Instead of have that one guy say, "Oh, you never beat me."
So can we say that Jey Uso's going to be Gunther?
I don't know. I'm gonna say
I asked that because
I'll save that for the predictions, baby.
No, hold on. From last year, from him fighting his brother, what did he do to, tighten up his arsenal? What did he do? His moves are still the same. Mattered.
It never mattered, baby, because all you needed was that banana elbow. You're going to walk into it and just, I'm getting over.
So it's going to be like 10 super kicks and like 3 spears, and that's it? Gunther going to lose just like that?
Man, it sounds like every Lesnar and Roman Reigns match that's ever happened. People love that shit.
Over's over, brother. I hate to deny it. It may not be what we're looking for, but over is over.
I mean, it's all about the entrance, really, and he's not. He doesn't botch in the ring that much, so he should be all right. And Gunther will take good care of our boy.
Oh yeah,
we'll see. All right. Well, our prediction show is coming soon. It's WrestleMania week. I'm loving it. John's loving it. Platino's loving it. And we're going to take it back to WrestleMania 20 in the Garden, where it begins again. We talked about this in the archives. Stratfax was in attendance. And this is Randy Orton's WrestleMania debut. And we have evolution of Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, the Animal Batista, and the legend killer at the time, Randy Orton, taking on the Rock and Sock connection of Mankind, that bum, and that most electrifying man in sports entertainment, The Rock. My God. Strap, tell people your thoughts on this damn match.
All right, let's roll back to that clip of something we already discussed. Go ahead. Oh, no, we don't do that? Okay, that's great. But, of course, seeing every one of these Randy Orton matches at least once through my life. But this one I watched many, many times. WrestleMania 20, one of my favorites, of course, because I was there, my very first WrestleMania. But I really love this match. I mean, of course, a big Rock fan, and of course, a lot of shenanigans in the match, especially with Ric Flair trying to do the people's elbow on The Rock and getting stopped mid-match. I love that. That was a lot of fun. And then, they just came out with a Peacock documentary, about WrestleMania 9. They might not do one about WrestleMania 20, but if they did, Mick Foley could relay the story about how he got the wind knocked out of him early in the match, and according to him, he was his performance suffered as the match went on, which is unfortunate. But yeah, he had to take the RKO at the end there, which was just leading to their match the next month at Backlash, the star-making performance for our friend Randy Orton, to show that he could be tough as nails and not just a frat boy killer that he was, and ever will be. But a very fun match, and one of my favorites that I revisit often.
Can I ask you a question? What is Mick Foley's WrestleMania record? Yes. Yeah, that too. What's Mick Foley's WrestleMania record?
Let's see. So 97, he was in that tag match. I think there was a disqualification or something.
Yep. Yeah, we just covered that not too long ago. WrestleMania 13.
Yeah, so they did not win the tag titles. So it's 97, 98. He was in that dumpster match with Terry Funk and the Outlaws.
All right, they won that one.
They won that one. 99, he fought the Big Show to be the referee later that night. So I guess he won that one. 2000.
I forgot about that one. Jeez.
2000, he was eliminated third in the Fatal 4-Way.
Loss.
Then all right, you guys knock that off. Fucking fake ass Russo over here. Shut up. Trying to talk to you, New York piece of crap.
Hey, I'm from Brooklyn, so take it easy.
You New York piece of crap. And he faced Edge at one of the WrestleManias, and I think he
22.
Lost.
22, yeah. Edge speared him through the table.
Yeah.
And I think that's it, right?
Oh.
Or
there was one more, I feel like. I forget where it's at.
Oh, do you want to count the one with him and Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels?
No. That doesn't count.
Oh,
yeah.
man. So basically, he got a losing record. Oh, my goodness.
He's not Mr. WrestleMania.
I see why we don't talk about Mick Foley no more. That episode sucked on our podcast, and his career sucked, and he's terrible. I see why John don't like him.
His career.
Jesus, Dom. Tell him how you feel.
We're angry on this show this week, okay?
I know, I see that.
The majority of his career was in WCW when no one was really paying attention. So if you want premier Mick Foley, you got to watch WCW as Cactus Jack. Even that, I'm not sure you want to revisit some of that nonsense.
What about his All Japan stuff that with him and Nita and all them guys? Was any of that stuff any good? Oh, Nita.
Oh, Nita. So
you know where I was going with that
one. Hey, almost anyone that goes into Japan, they have better matches, including the Stinger himself. He if you see, they have this DVD. I don't know if you can still get it. Might be out of print, but Sting in Japan changes your opinion of Sting the wrestler, and you're like, you know what? This guy did give a crap. He was really good.
Really?
Oh,
you
yeah.
got that?
I had it, and I sold it on
eBay.
That's right, folks.
So, I mean, even Hogan wrestling in Japan caught my eye. I was like, what?
Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow, all those guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Even that big dummy. Can I get another?
Sid wrestled in Japan?
I think Sid did wrestle in Japan.
He might have.
If not, he had a shot out there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Nita! Oh, Nita!
I just seen that clip. Sid feuding with Shawn Michaels, and he had Jose Lothario's son Pete in the locker room, and Shawn Michaels on headset doing commentary. He's like, "Oh my God, Pete!" And he runs to the back. Psycho Sid's just like, "I didn't want to do this, but I have to do it." And gets him a power bomb on a table that doesn't break. Pete, oh,
poor Sid. Should have been a Hall of Famer.
He should be this year. He should have been.
I'm not getting into that again.
All right. WrestleMania 21, Hollywood. We have Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, taking on the Dead Man, the Undertaker, in the Streak. We covered this in the Undertaker Streak episode. Well, we already know what happened. Platino, give us a breakdown.
Yeah, I think this is the same one where him and his father were messing with Taker the whole match, and honestly, man, Randy actually became a better wrestler through Taker with this. I didn't expect a good match at first. I'm thinking, oh, he's only like a couple years in, but wow, I mean, like Taker said, you're gonna come up to my level, and he was made of a man about that one. I know he had recently dropped the belt to Triple H again. I mean, a couple months before that, but oh my God, great fight. I love the striking, and it wasn't like a technical match that he had. He actually had to fight from underneath to actually get to Taker. So I really like this match. Something different that you don't see that.
Yeah, and we finally seen the start of the RKO out of nowhere, because Undertaker was going for the choke slam, and Orton just counter with the RKO. It was ugly, but it was effective. Not too effective, but yeah. Then Cowboy Bob Orton with the cast.
He was using the RKO like just before he won the belt, because I know he was doing like a shoulder tackle or shoulder thing that he was doing, kind of like The Rock when he first started. Was it
the shoulder? The shoulder.
Was it high button? Was it shoulder breaker? Or
I think Rock was doing shoulder breaker.
I think he was using the TKO, if I remember correctly. That's probably what it was. It's been so long. Randy's been wrestling as long as our kids, well beyond our kids have been alive. So yeah.
Strap, what are your thoughts on this Undertaker Orton match, WrestleMania 21?
Well, it's the first time the Undertaker came out on the skateboard of doom. He just floated to the ring like the Bubba Ray and Diva wearing camouflage. It was just a bunch of floating heads in the ring. But this watch, just like you said a moment ago, and him doing the RKO out of nowhere, it was a little very, very sloppy. This is Randy Orton, probably not peak Randy Orton. He admitted that it was in one of the A&E documentaries, or one of the documentaries. He was still a young guy, and he was still not being the absolute professional that he was. He was falling asleep at the Hall of Fame. But you know what? I've fallen asleep a lot watching lots of things, including Shrek 3 this past weekend. I just don't even remember any of it. It happens. You get tired, man. But Randy Orton, it was a fun match. It was a good match. Not great, just not tight and crisp, but it was an entertaining match. It's a good one to put in the streak episode. On Undertaker streak, it's one of the better ones compared to Giant Gonzalez or something like that, King Kong Bundy. But it just feels like it could have been better, but it wasn't that bad.
No.
Which so there's that. So it was okay.
Yeah, it definitely was okay.
Yeah.
All right, WrestleMania 22. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have the World Heavyweight Champion, my man at this time, Kurt Angle, taking on the Royal Rumble winner, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton again. And Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble, like I said. Eddie Guerrero recently passed. So let's give Rey Mysterio time to shine.
Man, I got to take over on this one, man. I rewatched this again. I love the nonstop action these guys had. I think they might have been pressed for time, but all three of those guys, it was just action after action. I don't know who was the one setting the pace. It was Kurt. If it was Ray leading the match too, but you talk about three guys that knew what to do in a match and get chemistry and keep it going. This wasn't even peak Randy Orton yet, and he was still putting on a show. So you got to give it to Kurt also as well. Kurt was on another level, and he definitely pushed this match to its peak.
That's actually a good statement you just said, that you don't know who took the control of that match, because Kurt was only in the business maybe 4 years at this time.
4 or 5 years, yeah.
4 or 5 years. Ray and Orton's still young, so it's pretty interesting. Like, who called that match? Because it was a good, fast-paced, technical style match.
I watched it twice trying to figure out who it was, and I couldn't figure out who it was, and it was still beautiful. Like I said, I don't know if they were pressed for time or that's the way they wanted it, but man, I mean, I could rewatch that match and it'd still be one of those things where you're like, listen, this is something you can take off of this. Like, if you're pressed for time, well, do this, do that. Don't dance around and flirt with the crowd a little bit. You just got to go for it and get it. So.
I agree. One of my favorite matches, WrestleMania in Chicago. It was a very interesting show. Like you said, Mick Foley was on that card with Edge.
Oh, and man.
That street fight.
Stole
that
the show.
Definitely stuck out. But this match right here, as much as I like to see Kurt retain, Rey Mysterio, he got the win.
Yeah.
And he dedicated the match to Eddie Guerrero, and yeah. Strap.
I don't like the match because I know it was rushed. The pay-per-views had a finite amount of time back then, so things went long, such as silly things, such as the Big Show versus the Grand Sumo Champion, Aki Bono.
Oh, jeez. I forgot.
Oh, my goodness.
They took apart the ring. They took the ropes off and did all that stuff just so they could have that match. Whether I could be wrong on the timeline of this, whether that happened before or after this triple threat match. But, and they also had the women's match. I don't know. Was it Melina and Michelle?
I think so. Michelle. No, Candice Michelle.
Yeah. And Melina. I don't know. But I just felt like the match was extremely rushed. You did talk about it. I'm glad that, you see it in that manner, that it was, if you're doing a sprint, this is what it looks like. If you're doing a three-way sprint with three incredible athletes, this is what you get. Yeah. And that's great, but I do feel bad that, this, like, it was so short. I felt like this is one of the matches that deserved more time, but these guys are pros, and they said, go out there, do what you need to get done, and then make it good. And that's what they did. But like, historically speaking, I just know it was cut short, and I don't like it for that fact. But it was well done for what they had to work with, and of course, it ended with an amazing moment with Ray winning the world title. Mm-hmm. And that's why follow-up is important, because his title reign was garbage, but at least the moment was good on that night.
Who did he lose to, by the way?
Booker T.
Sucker.
What?
Sucker's got to know.
Yeah, it's Booker T. A person who was also in the following WrestleMania's match. Tell him, Dom.
WrestleMania 23. I'm like, hold on, what are you talking about? WrestleMania 23, Ford Field, Detroit Rock City. We have a Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Jeff Hardy. We have the King Booker. We have Fit Finley. We have CM Punk. We have Mr. Kennedy. We have Matt Hardy. We have the Rated R Superstar Edge. And we have Randy Orton. Were they rated RKO this time?
Yes.
All right. Just checking. Well, this is Orton's first ladder match. And it was pretty good. It was basically setting up the Hardys, because they took on each other WrestleMania 25, Jeff and Matt.
Yep.
All right, so never mind. This is 2 years beforehand. But anyways, Jeff had an opportunity to win the damn title or the briefcase, and he want to crash and burn and shit.
I think literally after the Mania, like a couple months later, he was excommunicado for a few years, and he came back around 25. I could be wrong. I know Jeff was kicked out of WWE for a little bit and given his chances, and of course Matt had to suffer because of it, which is fucked up. But,
hey, he shined. He became ECW champion eventually.
Yeah, he did.
John, let's talk about some SVR 07. Did you like that game?
I mean, man, people are posting clips of all these SmackDown vs. Raw games, and I played them all, but I only played them like once through. I didn't realize that you could play it multiple times. And it's like, how do you play through this stuff? This stuff sometimes gets stuck, and you can't beat a certain storyline or level. It's like you just get stuck. And I brought this baby out here up in the original It Doesn't Matter podcast studio, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011.
Ooh.
And they put you backstage, and it's like, go to Stephanie's office.
That's crazy.
Go to Stephanie's office. Go to the locker room. Go to the locker room. It's like all this walking back and forth. That's just wasting time, And then they'll have this match, and then it's like, it's just like, how do people play? How do people get through this game in like 4 hours or something? I don't know how they do it.
We used to do it.
Let's start a riot. That's from one of the soundtracks.
I'll tell you what, though, when that game came out, I was first person I played with Mr. Kennedy. Why? Just the intros alone. That was it.
Yeah. It's all about intros for me.
I just remember being in school and just being like, I just can't wait to get home to play SmackDown.
That's what we used to do.
Now it's like, there it is. I can play it anytime I want, and I don't.
All right, well, Money in the Bank, they're all over the place. And Orton didn't win. Mr. Kennedy, he's your winner. He's that future guy that should have been the world champ. They were pushing him to the moon. He defeated how many world champions? 8, 7, 6?
It's like 8 before it.
4 world champions?
Yep.
But the injury bug and whatever issues he had stopped that whatsoever. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this Money in the Bank match?
Like you said, it was all over the place. A couple shine spots for a couple wrestlers, but no highlights not really for Randy. He just had a few moments here and there, but this more, I think, felt like CM Punk and Kennedy. Since CM Punk was like a 2-time winner, or was he a 2-time winner by then? I know he won the briefcase once.
He won in 24? 22 and 24? Something like that?
Yeah. Well, I know he won it twice. I know that. And then I know one time he had to get it up to... Jesus, what happened to that last one? No, he never gave it up. It was somebody else. Edge took the
he got beat up backstage.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oof.
So, yeah.
Yeah. John, any thoughts on this Money in the Bank match?
I mean, there's been lots of Money in the Bank winners over the years, a lot of Money in the Bank holders, men and women. But Mr. Kennedy winning it in this match was just one of the best people to win the Money in the Bank and even hold it for that long. He held it for like a month and a half, But the big man, Mitch Silver, he would tell you that this is probably had one of the best post Money in the Bank interviews ever. I forget exactly how it goes. There's no transcript out there, but thank God he's not a nice guy. Thank God he is Mr. Money in the Bank.
Bank.
Yeah. So,
and maybe I'll cash in and become Mr. WrestleMania.
Indeed.
Mania.
How much effect does Randy Orton have in this match? He did an RKO off the ladder, but this match wasn't really singularly focused on him. Of course, like I said, we remember the winner, Mr. Kennedy, and hey, that's what happens in a multi-man match. You just whoever shines the most, but everyone usually gets a spot, and even the spot was Jeff Hardy about to win the title, the briefcase, and Matt Hardy's like, jump off the ladder, do the move instead. Ooh,
yeah, don't win.
Stupid big dummy.
He knew what he was doing. Manipulate my little brother. Jump.
Come on, Jeff. Come on.
Just be stupid. Be a spot monkey.
But this match, it's all about Mr. Kennedy. And for that, it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
All right, let's take it to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. WrestleMania 24. Triple threat match for the WWE Championship. We have Randy Orton, John Cena, and the game Triple H. And my man John Cena, he came out with the football jersey. Randy Orton, he's the champion at this time. And this right here, it was a good-ass match for all three of them. But the Viper, he took advantage. Triple H pedigrees John Cena. And then Orton, he slithers in the ring. And he ran. Then he punts Triple H right in the head. Pins John Cena 1, 2, 3. And he retains the WWE Championship.
Yeah, I think we discussed this in the John Cena podcast that I don't think the main focus was going to be John Cena this year. It was going to be Randy Orton, and they showed it in this night. Randy Orton was the main focus of that night, while John Cena had his moments here and there, but it was all about Randy and then how he was going to cement his legacy as a champion, much less a superstar in WWE at this point. He was just getting to that point where he was that Viper, where he was that dangerous guy. You just could not trust him. So I got to say, great match and great focus on him this year, and the right guy won at this time. Strap.
I guess we should be focusing on Randy Orton's performance in these matches and not just the match as a whole. But I was still a big Randy Orton mark at the time, and him coming in as champion was like, that's cool. He's coming in as the incumbent champion, so that's cool. But it was all about the kick back then. It was all about the kick. And, well, goal for Randy Orton.
You're definitely a FIFA fan.
Triple threat match here.
See his thighs?
Yep.
Yeah. Or when he was off for injury and he came back, Vince was like, "You're so skinny. God damn. Eat a sandwich, why don't you?" But he bulked back up. He showed him.
All that damn Nutella.
Boy.
That wasn't Nutella. That was Mofongo.
Like this is not one of my personal favorites, but it was nothing wrong. I mean, nothing really wrong with it. Just not one of my personal favorites, and that's all I got to say about that.
All right, WrestleMania 25, the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, is for the WWE Championship. And he's taking on the game Triple H, and these guys got a long rivalry right here between the two. They start from Evolution, and then they show Orton taking out the whole McMahon clan. He took out Vince. He beat up Shane. He RKO Stephanie while Triple H was handcuffed. Then he hit her with the right on the lips, and then Triple H was going crazy. Then Triple H pulled up to Orton's house and beat the shit out of him, threw him out the damn living room window. My God, what a time in wrestling. Woo! And I love this match between these two guys. This is a good-ass match. This is storytelling at its best. Orton with the RKO trying to punt Triple H throughout the whole damn match. And Triple H with a sledgehammer didn't work. Orton with a sledgehammer. My God. Definitely check out this match right here. But Triple H used the sledgehammer, and then he punched him, and Triple H wins.
Yeah,
WrestleMania 25.
This is one of those matches where Randy was dominating for most of this match, and this is Randy Orton starting to hit his peak and starting to get to that next level. Man, like you said, he was on one, but he became too vicious. He had Triple H ready for the pin. He had him, and then he just wanted to go for the kill shot, and he shouldn't. Should have just went in there, grabbed the freaking grab the legs and just hook him. Don't need to go outside. Don't need to try to do any more damage. That was all enough time that Triple H needed to kick him and send him into the third row, and then back in, and that was it. Title lost. McMahon's back on top again. Damn it! God damn it!
Strap.
This is the freshest match on my mind because it's the one I watched today. I watched it back because it's always about the backstories and the things not actually involved in the match, because this is regarded as one of the worst WrestleMania main events in history, because
really
it was because of the fact it was overshadowed by the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels won.
Man.
Well, that's hard to beat that,
right? So, but I mean, where else would you put it? And lots of thoughts was also like this was a match. What it would be 4 years in the making, because this was the original main event for WrestleMania 21. It's just that Orton cooled down and Batista got really, really hot. So that's what the match was supposed to be. That's why Orton lost the title after 1 month. Triple H is like, well, your story is over. You're face now. It's all about the chase. Lose it to me. Trust me. And that trust went a short way. But yeah, so finally, here it comes, one-on-one main event, Randy Orton and Triple H, and they had a preview of it the year before, also in a title match, but with a completely different storyline this year. And I wanted to watch it today. It's one of the ones I chose specifically to rewatch because I was like, without all the other stuff, without being tired, without going through the emotional high of an Undertaker Shawn Michaels match, just watch it by itself. How is it? Some of the things you could make fun of it for was like, man, how you hit your finisher in the first 2 minutes of the match? Come on, man.
Yep.
But they had a plan for it, and like I said, by itself, if you watch it by itself and you take all that other stuff out of account, it was a perfectly fine match. It was a good match. It was a very good match, and it did have a great story to it. It's just that when it played out in person, it was just like the crowd was tired and exhausted, and people didn't want to see this one. But it was very well done. It would be a fine pay-per-view main event on any other show at any other time except for WrestleMania 25.
Bad placements.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Sean, you jerk. Always think about yourself.
Even so, I think this was more of a Triple H won, but it was more of a showcase for him. I thought he shined more than Orton did, but not like Orton was a slouch. But I just think Triple H was the star of the show in this one. Yeah. And I was like, I know Randy Orton won a Rumble. I'm like, was it this year that he won it? I was like, yeah, it was. I was like, okay, well, all right then. So
how did he?
I think that Rumble was a story of. I think I'm wrong on that one.
He got in the ring. He threw 29 others out over the top rope to earn his right to WrestleMania, brother.
I think I'm making this up, but I think CM Punk had the Straight Edge Society, and he dominated like the first half of the Rumble, and it looked like he was going to win. And then that was that Legacy or someone came in and dominated the last half of the Rumble. I think I think it's the wrong one, but that definitely did happen somewhere. But as for Orton's legacy, this was his cash in of the Royal Rumble victory, and he did a good job, carried his end.
Yes.
All right, WrestleMania 26, Phoenix, Arizona. We have the Legacy. We have a young Cody Rhodes. We have Ted DiBiase Jr. and Randy Orton in their triple threat match. And these are Randy Orton's young boys. He's trying to, have his new version of Evolution. He's trying to help the next guy up. And everybody thought that next guy was going to be Ted DiBiase. Well, look at him, that thief stealing from people. Anyways, that next guy up is Cody Rhodes.
Another thief stealing from a billionaire's kid.
It is what it is. Well, all right. Well, the Young Boys, they they doubled up on Randy Orton the whole damn match, but every partnership comes to an end. It lasted for only so long, and then Cody and Ted, they finally get into it. And then this when Orton start toying around with these boys. He punched the hell out of Cody. Ted goes for what's his move, John? It wasn't a $1 Million Dream. It was like that damn $1 Million Dream Slam. What was it called?
The Colossus from Jinder Mahal.
It literally was.
I was like, oh shit, that's the Colossus. Or known at this time, apparently, which a trivia question I would fail at, Dream Street.
Wow.
Well,
wow. He went for Dream Street. He missed. Orton countered RKO. And Randy Orton is your winner at WrestleMania 26 against the Young Boys, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. Strap, I know you said you enjoyed this match right here.
Damn it. Spoiler alert.
But
yes,
it went how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Unlike the match we just talked about 2 minutes ago, I love this match. Rewatching this one, I'm like, I remember it. Yeah, sure. I remember specifically, the double DDT spot off the ropes, never done to anyone before, apparently. So I did watch it. I did pick that one specifically to rewatch, not just from memory. And man, I loved it. It was great. And what I specifically love is right at the end of the match there, whatever happened, it got out of the Dream Street. DiBiase kind of turns around. Randy Orton does a very simple, very, very just a simple movement. He just goes like, you kind of like surprise him. And you probably do this in actual high school wrestling. I've been taught this, Coach Crespo. He just like, kind of like spooks DiBiase, like, and then he goes for the RKO and hits him so good, so clean. I love that finish. I just love it when I react while I'm watching, like, no, yes. So put this on his top WrestleMania matches. It was a great one. I loved it.
Plano, what's your thoughts on this match?
I gotta agree with you on that spot too. It's actually a move that certain snakes use to actually get their prey. So they'll kind of like do a quick hit, and then they go for the kill shot. So it was actually a good spot, and that's why Randy Orton again. I love this match as well. Not as much as I love the last one, but it was a showing of the veterans showing what the young boys what they're missing, and they're not ready for the big show yet. But like I said, when they hit him with the and he got him, I like that. I like that. It's a snake move, so that was a good one. Good thing reminded me about that. I was like, oh shit.
Y'all like the match. I didn't like this match. It didn't do nothing for me. Like I did like the double DDT, but it was expected. I'd be very surprised that one of them other two dudes won the damn match. It was nothing for me.
I was honestly thinking that maybe they'd have surprised us and Cody would have been the one to turn on Ted on that match. Be like, oh, you think you're getting all this shine? Nope. I'm getting this pin. But it didn't end up the way I thought it was. So it is what it is. But Cody did get the shine on him later on.
All right. So Strap. So what happened to Ted and Cody? Well, what happened to Ted DiBiase after this? We already know what happened to Cody Rhodes.
Let's talk about Manu.
Ooh, so
man, I got.
If you win, you're in. You lose, get lost.
I have more.
Before you want to talk about Manu, there was 4 members of was it 4 or 5 in Legacy? There was another guy, and that was very, very short lived. It was a random fact.
Random fat guy? What?
It wasn't Vader's kid, was it?
No, it wasn't Jesse. Hold on.
Why does it? You might be right. I don't remember that one.
Do you remember Jackson Andrews? He was Tyson Kidd's bodyguard for 2 weeks.
Was it Steamboat's son?
I think they wanted him, and unfortunately, the guy just got injured too much, and he had to quit the business.
I remember that. He was Deuce, right? Deuce or Domino?
Oh yeah, that's him.
Sim
Snooker.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep. See,
there was that member.
All right, so You want to give it? We'll never talk about him again. You want to give a brief summary of Ted DiBiase Jr.'s run in WWE?
Come on. Ted DiBiase Jr., just like we mentioned, he was pegged as the star of the duo, but how the turntables have turned.
It must
Ted
be a
DiBiase,
Rhodes thing.
He would go on.
It doesn't matter what kind of gimmick you put on him, we still gonna get over.
That's
Damn
right.
those Rhodes.
He would team up with one of our favorite people in the world, Maurice. And how you can have no spark or chemistry with Maurice, we'll never know. I mean, he tried. People kept calling. He had like a backup, I think. I forget how it exactly happened, but people kept chanting Virgil, Virgil. So one day he came out. He was like, You know what? You guys are chanting for Virgil. I've got Virgil, and he had the real guy. Here comes Soul Train Jones as Virgil. And he had him for a while, and then they separated. And yeah, he was with Maurice. And the one spot I remember is he was in a Money in the Bank match, and the spot was Maurice decided to climb up on the ladder and try to retrieve the briefcase for herself. And there was no women's Money in the Bank at the time.
Oh, Jesus.
But I think he lasted until around 2013, I think. And his last thing that he was doing was he was kind of like Zack Ryder. He was getting a groundswell of support. So he would try to get these parties in the parking lot called posse parties, the DiBiase posse. I know Randy remembers that because he's the one that was all into that. He's all into that posse, big posse. But that was
protection from the posse.
I did offer the posse. That was it for him.
We like posse.
Yeah, we all like posse over here.
The DiBiase posse. Yeah, and then him and his papa got into some troubles later on. And Ted DiBiase is still in I guess he's in positive relations with the WWE, but who knows? Ted DiBiase Jr. though, just a footnote in history.
Terrible.
That's right. WrestleMania 27, Atlanta, Georgia. My first WrestleMania, Platinum's first WrestleMania, and Stratfac's second WrestleMania. And guys, I enjoyed this match that he had. Randy Orton takes on CM Punk. CM Punk is down with the new Nexus at the time?
Yes.
Yeah. He was down with the new Nexus at the time. And people say this WrestleMania was trash. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Maybe just because I was in attendance. Maybe just because of my, my first WrestleMania. But these guys had a good ass match, and I still have that visual image of CM Punk springboarding off the top rope right into that RKO.
Yes.
Randy Orton with the win.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this match?
I totally agree with you, man. That was the key of the match. I was like, all right, you got him, CM Punk. What are you doing? Don't go for that springboard again. He went for it, and I saw it coming.
Boom.
I think this was what started his RKOs out of nowhere again, because he was doing it for a while, but now he was really just like pulling it out for like big events.
Him doing it on the grand stage, it definitely made it more meaningful. Like, oh snap!
Yeah, and like the way he do it from different angles or whatever he did it from, I was like,
yeah,
Jesus, Randy.
Strap, what are your thoughts on CM Punk and Randall?
Yeah, it was a very good match. As I mean, the only thing I think of watching it, also, I'm always thinking about things other than what's going on in the ring. Can't just focus in here. But CM Punk was not a happy boy at this point in his career. I mean, this was the year. 2-3 months later, he would have that match with John Cena, followed with the pipe bomb, and just changed his career after that. At the time, the new Nexus Randy Orton got rid of each and every one of them on a weekly basis. Got rid of Husky Harris, got rid of Mason Ryan, got rid of Michael McGillicuddy, and so forth and so forth. That was a storyline, and yeah, I mean, it was great, good, really, really solid match, a really good match. But Again, I'm thinking more about Randy Orton's just there. This show is about Randy Orton, but Randy Orton most of the time he's just there. And I'm thinking about the other guy, CM Punk. To me, it's more about CM Punk than Randy Orton, who won the damn match.
Yeah.
But maybe we're trying not to go gaga, even though this is the opportunity to do it. This is the Randy Orton episode.
Randy's putting people over.
I got something.
He might be getting a win, but he's still putting people over at the same damn time.
I was going to ask something later on in the show, but we'll continue.
You want to do it now?
Nope.
All right. WrestleMania 28 in Miami, Florida. I didn't go to this WrestleMania, and he fought Kane, and I still to this day don't know where the storyline came from, so you definitely got to fill me in. How did we get here? Kane, Randy Orton, WrestleMania.
I don't know. I mean, at the time, Kane was... oh man, he damn sure killed the push of Zack Ryder. That's for sure. He didn't he push him off? Didn't he the one that finally pushed off Zack Ryder? He was in a wheelchair, literally off the stage. And
Jesus,
I don't know where Randy Orton fit into any of this. It just seems really put together. It seems like Triple H and Undertaker back in X7. It feels like Kurt Angle and Kane at the X8 in the sense that it feels like they had something else lined up in those situations. Allegedly, the Monster Abyss was supposed to sign with the WWE. Allegedly, Sting was supposed to sign with the WWE and have matches at WrestleMania, but it didn't happen, so they had to create another match, and that's where I believe Triple H and Undertaker and Kane and Kurt Angle came from at those times. So I don't really know the storyline, even though I did seek this match out a little while ago to watch it. And hey, it's a battle of two long veterans of the business. Yeah. Yep. And hey, yeah, Kane has to win sometime. This was the one to do it. So it was just there. And there you go. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Platinum.
I'm not gonna lie, I skipped over this match because it was Kane.
Yeah. Really? You like Kane?
No,
Kane, man.
He's all right, but I don't know. With those two, I just felt like there was something just not there, and I was trying to figure out what it was, and just I started watching, and then I said, "Yep, I quit." It's very rare for me to do that. I know we're doing research for the show, but I'm just like,
moving on.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear John see what he got to say. I'm curious about the backstory, but
guess what? It doesn't matter, podcast listeners. If we ever get to a Kane-based episode, this show has jumped the shark.
You know why I don't like Shane? I don't like Kane because he killed me. Damn it! I resurrected for you, you jerks. I was the good one. And you killed me.
Fool. You fool.
Dummy. Yeah.
Foolish.
All right. Well, I guess this match doesn't matter for all three of us. All right.
It's sad because those two guys are good dudes. I don't know.
Okay. Let's all right. Let's talk about Kane a little bit, right? So, Kane won the Money in the Bank in 2010, I think. And he cashed it in that night. He punked out Rey Mysterio, and it was like, cool, man. Kane gets his just desserts. He is the world heavyweight champion. It's like, all right, Kane deserves it. He's been around a long time, And then he proceeded to feud with the Undertaker in a terrible, awful feud. And it's kind of like, oh my God, how end this? This is so terrible. So watch what you wish for, But he did deserve, a chance to run with the belt. I mean, the creative is always messing with characters of that nature. But obviously, peak Kane was Kane with the mask, if you ask me. And actually, no. When he first took off the mask, when they're behind him, it's worth watching. They were behind original Kane with the mask when he first debuted.
Yes.
They were behind Kane when he first took off the mask, and he was messing with RVD and Eric Bischoff or Shane McMahon. Zapping Shane's nuts.
Yep.
So, Kane's hat. I mean, he's a veteran of the WWE, and he needs his moments to shine. Although I think he ran the corporate Kane gimmick way too long.
Yeah, he did.
But
if we do decide to do a Kane episode,
Never.
I would like to relive after he took the mask off that whole year, because he was killing them literally.
That might be an interesting year to talk
Seriously,
about.
that would be the year I would love to relive. After that, after RVD's in the ring,
yeah.
You high, bro? What's up?
Oh man,
you got hair? Oh Lord,
we do a brief timeline. I can't. Yeah. Anyway, WrestleMania 29.
WrestleMania 29. We have Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus taking on The Shield. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. And The Shield at this time, they're running the gauntlet through every single 3-man group that they could put together. And, you know, WrestleMania, we got to have all the top players on the card. So they put Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus. And watching this match with a team with the Orton, Sheamus, and Big Show, okay, they put the Shield over, but I really thought Big Show would be the one to get pinned. Orton took the pin on this match, and Big Show just sitting on the corner and just looking like, damn, why'd you try to break up the pin?
Oh man, this was the WrestleMania. Now back, seems like such a long time ago because it's been such a long time. But at this time, the post WrestleMania Monday Night Raw was the hottest ticket in town. After WrestleMania 27, that's when The Rock announced, in 1 year, I'm gonna come back and have a match. In 1 year, oof, what a storyline. And then the next year, WrestleMania 28, the return of Brock Lesnar, something I said was not going to happen that night. And I recorded the entire dark match on my cellular telephone. And then turns to find out they have it on the network somewhere. They released it. So I can delete that file now. So this year, so 29, WrestleMania 29, I know we're jumping ahead here a day. The biggest thing, I didn't do this one. And as a personal, I went to 29, but it wasn't a vacation because everyone in our crew determined it's New York, it's closed, it's not really a destination.
Yeah.
You know, it's not Miami, it's not Atlanta, like that. It's not New Orleans. So I decided to just, I don't even remember exactly, but I was only there for the show. And I asked the guys, I was like, hey, can I just, because I was being cheap. I was like, hey, can I sleep on the floor in your hotel room? Now, mind you, there's 4 guys in the room already sharing queen beds. And I'm like, can I sleep on the floor? One night. And then I don't have to pay anything. Let's flash forward about however many WrestleManias that's been ago. I'm booking my own room, bitch. No, thank you. So anyway, but the night after, they went to Monday Night Raw. I did not go to Monday Night Raw. Yes, sir. It was all about Fandango. That was the hottest thing going on. The year before, it was yes, because Daniel Bryan got screwed at WrestleMania. This year, it was all about the
and Dolph Ziggler cashing in the next night.
Oh my goodness! One other thing was I believe it was Randy Orton wrestling Sheamus in a match that makes sense because they ended up not getting along by the end of this 6-man tag match. And it was a match where the crowd took over the damn place and they were pissed. Randy Orton was pissed. Sheamus was pissed. They're like, what the fuck? We're trying to have a match and you guys are just singing and doing all the wacky stuff. But that's what the WrestleMania crowd was like back then. Post WrestleMania Raw crowd was like back then. So that's just an aside. But back to the WrestleMania 6-man tag. It opened the show. It's a decent opener. It had a storyline to it with the faces. I mean, the Shield were still heels, but everyone, they're the cool heels. Everybody wanted to see them, and they won. So, boom, kicking off WrestleMania. in style.
All right. WrestleMania 30, New Orleans. I was there. Stratfax was in attendance. We talked about this in the archives. And then we have a triple threat match for the WWE title. We have the Animal Batista, who won the Royal Rumble. We have Randy Orton, who is your WWE champion at the time. And we have that B-plus player, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, earlier in the night, he had a match against Triple H. And if he wins that match, he goes to the main event for that title match. Should have been CM Punk, but he took his ball home because he had a little lump on his back. But anyways, wow. We talked about it in the archives. It was a good match. It was a great, feel for Daniel Bryan. Oh my goodness, we seen him the whole year beforehand, work his way to the top, get screwed. And we'll cash in, get screwed. Mm-hmm. And then he finally has his moment to shine. And yeah. Seems like we talking about everybody else besides Randy Orton.
Sorry.
Randy Orton's just there.
Randy Orton. He's been around a long time, man.
I know. But like, damn, bro.
There. He's just there. But it's pretty good though, man. He's a good supporting actor, supporting cast member right there. And yeah, it was just a good time. Definitely a must-watch match. It was definitely a good feel for everybody. I was there in attendance. I was and this is definitely, the streak ended and they had that women's match after and nobody cared. And then they had this match and Bryan damn near about to get carted out. He comes back all hot and yeah, Bryan wins the title. We see the, formation of Evolution being back together. It was a good time. WrestleMania 30 was a good ass show in the Superdome or Silverdome, brother. Platinum, what's your thoughts on this match right here, man?
It was all about Daniel Bryan and his quest to finally get over on all these guys, man. I mean, Randy and Batista had their moments as well, but like you said, it was all about Daniel Bryan and all about him trying to get that title and finally beating the Authority, and he got it. Like you said, it's sad. We're talking about Randy Orton, and nothing here is highlighting him. And it's crazy. He's the champion. He has his moments where he's just incredible, but oh my God, it seems like everybody else is just jumping over him. What the hell? I hate to say it.
Hey.
Well,
out of nowhere.
I did watch. Sometimes I see these clips, and I'm like, where did these clips come from? Like, how are the people getting these? And there's a lot of documentaries on WWE, on the Peacock Network, and from the A&E shows and all that stuff. And that's the stuff I really like. And it's like, why am I not watching these? So, and they go back a ways. And the one I watched one recently it's the day of, or the 24 hours of the life of someone.
Yep.
And I watched the one about Batista. It was the one about Batista coming back to win the Rumble and then go to WrestleMania 30. And
the black tights.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Was it tights or his boots?
Both.
Yeah, it was both.
Oh man.
And I remember the feeling. It's like Batista coming back. It's kind of like, he just doesn't feel right. Man, I love Batista like now. Like, I still love Batista. I think he's one of my favorites. He's not underrated, but he's not as appreciated as he should be, I think.
I agree.
But it was supposed to be Batista and Randy Orton one-on-one, the main event of WrestleMania. And here's that that B-plus player, Daniel Bryan, sneaking his way in there. And it's a case of where, yes, we want someone to be put into the three-way match because the original main event wasn't doing it for us. It was almost another situation like Triple H and Randy Orton at 25. But Randy Orton here, he walks in as the unified WWE champion. He is the frickin' man. He is a legit earned WrestleMania headliner, main eventer. This is his second time. The first time was at 25. And he's walking in the champ, got both belts on him. He has his band playing him out. and they sound great. This was a badass. This was a badass WrestleMania. First of all, it was a badass entrance for Randy Orton, and they're going in there and they're being overshadowed by the Yes Man, and you know, he didn't take the pin. Batista, surprisingly in a way, took the pin. He took the submission. He tapped out. Let Randy Orton slide, but they didn't even do a rematch. Like usually they do the next month, but at that time, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan had fought so many damn times they couldn't go back to that anyway. But yeah, another one. He's the third man in the match, and it was all about Daniel Bryan.
Yes. WrestleMania 31. San Jose, California. Brand new stadium. I was in attendance. Strap Factory in attendance. You see, he got a San Francisco Giants shirt on right now. But he went against Seth freaking Rollins. This is the opening match of WrestleMania 31. We're not talking about the pre-show. We ain't talking about all the other stuff with the Usos and tag team. Nah, this is the opening match for WrestleMania. My God. It was a good ass match between these two, but the highlight of this match was when Seth went for that damn curb stomp, and I never seen Seth get so high off a curb stomp before. That Orton just countered RKO out of nowhere for the win. My goodness. Like, I replayed that thing over and over. It's a toss-up between that one and Evan Bourne taking out RKO.
Whew.
That shooting star into the RKO. That was nasty, too. But my goodness. But us just what we just said about Randy Orton. He got overshadowed again because Randy wins the match, but later on that night, Seth becomes the champion, and he's swinging the belt. He's swinging the title. Like, my goodness.
What was the lead up to this match? Because I know eventually Randy would be obviously friends with the Authority, with Triple H and Stephanie. But what was the cause of this match? I forget what it was. He had some friction with him within the Authority, or was it was?
I think they were both members of the Authority, and they were just clashing to be who was going to be like the man, like the one that the one guy in the Authority. So I think that's where the match came from.
Okay.
And sure enough, the next month at Backlash, that was the title match. So
yep,
there you go. Randy Orton, a generous loser. I mean that in a positive way, because he's always, you can never accuse him of holding someone down. He's jobbed and lost the world title and lost many matches to everybody. So he's done it for Mark Henry. He's done it for Jinder Mahal. He is he's no racist, this guy.
Did you say he after 31 he wrestled Seth for the title?
I believe so, yeah.
And
I know they had. I know they had a match, and it was like months later. That's when Seth lost towards ACL to Kane at a house show in Europe. I forget.
Somewhere.
All right.
Strap,
this ain't about Seth.
Well, I want to add a question. What show was it where all three members of the Shield held the title the same night? What show was that?
Money in the Bank.
That was like in the summertime. Yeah, it was like one of those summer July shows. So
Money in the Bank the year after this. I believe Roman came in as a champion. Seth beat him, and then Dean cashed in on him at the end of that night.
Because he said, "You will never win the world title without me hunting your ass," or something like that.
Oh, man. All right. WrestleMania 33 in... Was that New Orleans?
Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
No, you're going to 32 because he wasn't at 32. So
that's why I skipped 32.
Right. 33. This was in Orlando, and he faced
Orlando,
the Eater of Worlds.
All right, well, here we go. This is where I get a little foggy for me because I really don't remember 33 and 34. But I do recall him going against Bray Wyatt, and he joined the Wyatt family. And at one point, them two dudes, weren't they tag champions, or was he tag champions with Harper?
Tag champions with Bray.
Okay, so them two were tag team champions. Yeah, it was a good story. And then Orton joined the Wyatt family, and he basically turned on Bray for the championship. And this match right here had a lot of mind games. They every single time, like they zoom out, you see the ring, you see like worms and maggots in the ring, just cut in and out.
It took away from the match, in my opinion, and it's sad because.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
No, John.
Yeah,
were you? I know it's TV, but were you able to see like the damn ring just change like that?
Yeah. Doing the research for this show, this was also one of the matches I specifically chose to revisit, and I'm like, at the very least, guys, WWE production team, could you have at least 40 straight seconds of the bugs crawling? It transitioned in the middle. It's like you couldn't have it just a straight shot. It had to go bloop, another clip. It was the same clip. It was just like they replayed it. It's like you couldn't loop it for more than 20 seconds. Come on, that was
John's
so low
an IT
rent.
guy, AV guy, so he knows about this stuff.
So low rent. Come on, please. But yeah, watching it. I mean, again, this is for the WWE title, arguably the more important one than whatever the other one is. Either it's Universal, the World Heavyweight, Gunther's title. The WWE title is the legacy, and thank God Chris Benoit didn't win that one, and only Eddie Guerrero did, because they can proudly mention the lineage without an asterisk.
True. Hate to say it.
Yeah.
But I mean, aside from those silly shenanigans, I get it. Watching it now, at least I'm like, I knew it's coming. I get it. It's kind of like, all right, that's silly, but okay. And it was such a lackluster win for Randy Orton. Like he hits the RKO without any fanfare, and he wins 1, 2, 3, and the crowd's just like, I mean,
yeah, they did not want it. I mean, Bray Wyatt just won the title maybe like a month ago.
Yeah,
beat John Cena and beat AJ Styles, because I think John Cena was the 16-time champion by then. And yeah, that night they was like, "Oh, we're gonna get a new champion." Boom, Bray Wyatt wins. Everybody goes crazy, and then WWE creative screws the pooch with Bray Wyatt again.
Yep.
I don't know what. Like I said, this is the Randy Orton show, but unfortunately, what the hell were you thinking? Jeez.
More fun facts about this match is that. He also won the Royal Rumble that year in 2017. A big surprise. It's like, why is he winning? He wouldn't even be he wouldn't make the prediction show. That's what it was, man. And the only reason he won it is because the WWE, thinking long term here, Vince still in charge, owed him big time. And what was the favor? What was the CM Punk style favor? He agreed to get straight up abused by Brock Lesnar at the previous year's SummerSlam. He got concussed hard way for no stupid reason. Randy Orton and Brock, I mean, the build up to that was really great, and the match just ended like garbage. You can look it up. Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and he was out for a while, and then they put him in that angle with the Wyatt clan, and here's your reward. You win the Rumble, and you're going to win the WWE title at WrestleMania. Huh?
Yeah.
Don't sue us. Don't leave us, and don't sue us in 20 years,
Yeah.
That's why that's why it seems so out of place, and that's why he won. Now, if you follow the actual storylines, this never happened. I'm just talking out of my ass here. But that is hearsay in the world of professional wrestling.
Jesus.
And we always like to talk about follow up here, and what they follow up this championship win by Randy Orton with, dropping it to Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja,
my guy with the turban. All right, WrestleMania 34 took place in New Orleans. Another show I really don't remember. I remember some of the card, but this match definitely does not stick out to me. But Randy Orton, he's the United States champion, and he's taking on Jinder Mahal, Rusev, and Bobby Roode. And I feel like Bobby Roode, he just died when he got on the main roster. He's not over whatsoever. But yeah. Basically you got the heels going against Orton. Orton does what he does, and long story short, Jinder Mahal, he wins the United States Championship with the ponytail.
Ponytail. Oh boy.
Ponytail.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. Thoughts on WrestleMania 34? Able with a thumbs down.
I liked it. I did not revisit this one, but I do. I liked it because it was just like, what the hell's going on here? It's a relatively short match.
Yeah.
And it has, the fun guys in it, Bobby Roode, Jinder, not as WWE champion, and Orton. Who's the fourth guy?
Rusev.
Rusev Day with Aiden English.
That's why I was pissed. Yeah. I'm like, another guy wasted in WWE.
Yeah. But then, he came out and he was over. The entrance was over, so that was fun. So there we go.
Yeah, but it is what it is. WrestleMania 35. We back at MetLife Stadium. I was there. Strap was in attendance, and for some reason, I don't remember this damn match. Randy Orton went against AJ Styles. Everybody knows WrestleMania 35. That's Kofi Mania right there. But like I said, I don't remember this match. I look forward to this match, but nothing. AJ wins with the flying forearm, knocks out Randy. Thoughts on this match, fellas?
It was actually a technically placed match. It's not one of those show stealing matches, but it was very safe. Another Randy Orton special where he's gonna go through his motions, have his match the way it is. Have a few highlight moves here and there, but like you said, nothing special. And you would think with someone like AJ, maybe turn it up a notch a little bit and get something different out of it. But I don't know. Maybe it was just two veterans playing it safe, trying to make sure they don't go way too crazy at Mania. But who knows? It was a good match, not great, but you would think at Mania leave you something like wanting more, and that's what it was for me.
Mm-hmm.
There was something missing.
Ain't no wrong with that. It's good to let have you feeling that you need a little bit more. So we felt that way plenty of times in a lot of matches. Like, damn, can Raw be 1 more hour? Can AEW reduce 1 hour?
Shut up, Dom.
Oh Lord!
If the Undisputed Era is gonna fly there, might as well wrestle on it. Anyway,
all right, 36. I was in attendance. Strap, were you in attendance?
Nobody was.
So you went to 37. Okay, just to know. So you went to WrestleMania 37.
No.
This is COVID Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! This is so Edge. He came back at the Royal Rumble, unbeknownst to anyone, on the gloomiest day of 2020.
The day that Kobe passed.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
He wouldn't want to be around for COVID. But Edge making his return in front of no one, no fans. He wrestled Randy Orton in a last man standing match. It went like 4,500 hours. It sucked.
In the damn performance center. That's
in the
crazy.
Performance Center.
Oh my goodness.
They fought all over the place, but it sucked. It was way too long. Oh man, it was just so bad. They had to. It was so bad they had to erase it by coming out with this concept of the greatest match of all time, which was a PLE,
God.
A pre-recorded match, I guess that. No one wants to revisit anything that took place in the Thunderdome era or the COVID era.
I do.
But
all I got to say is, it'll take longer to finish that match than me to finish these Reese's cups in this bag. Jesus, Randy, you're killing me.
How many Reese's cups you got there? 4?
7.
You better give those back. They don't belong to you.
Yep.
The Reese's.
Reese's.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Reese's.
So there's not much to say about this match. It was just at the WrestleMania everyone would rather forget, and it's a match, you can call it that we would all like to also forget.
Yes.
Yes. All right. WrestleMania 37. He's going against the Fiend. So we get a rematch of Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, but this time we get the Fiend character. Strap. Talk about it.
Yeah, so this was the first WrestleMania back with people. It opened one of the. I think it opened the first night. I don't think it would open the first night. I think it opened the second night, and it was all in red. The lighting was red. Alexa Bliss was involved. The only thing I remember is that it took one RKO and he was done. That's it. And I think Bray Wyatt was like, he was a burn victim, and his entrance involved him going through more fire, I think, and then he turned back into the regular Fiend.
Yep.
I think. And that's what I remember. And my memories are that I liked it being one RKO. I was surprised by it, but I didn't have any complaints about it.
I don't blame him. It was all right. The only highlight of that match, I pretty much remember they keep showing Alexa Bliss just straddling Orton in the middle of the ring.
Huh.
Lucky man.
Well, not when he got home to Kim.
She got to know what's going on the road.
I don't know about all that.
Oh, man. So, you guys enjoyed The Fiend and Randy Orton?
That was better than The Fiend versus Seth Rollins in a no DQ Hell in a Cell match.
I feel you.
Oh, Jesus. That pissed everybody off.
WrestleMania 38, the Big D in Dallas. We have the Street Profits taking on Chad Gable and Otis. Also taking on Otis, excuse me. Taking on Otis. Not Otis. Chad Gable and Otis. Shit.
Shit together.
Hey. Street Profits.
American Alpha.
Academy.
Alpha Academy, whatever the fuck.
Is it American Alpha or Alpha Academy?
It's Alpha Academy.
Alpha Academy, excuse me. Yeah. And then RK Bro, Randy Orton and Matt Riddle.
What, too much cigar smoke in there? Huh?
It's a few. But yeah, looking at my notes. But yeah, it was a entertaining match. Orton did Orton things. And it was good. It was okay.
So Orton-y.
It was a good tag team match, and they got the win. Orton and Riddle.
Yep.
It seems like such a long time ago because the Usos were the double champions for such a long time.
Seriously.
It's like, these are for the Raw tag titles. Like, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's crazy. They finally got a tag team match at WrestleMania, or, tag team title match at WrestleMania, and the other one's on SmackDown. And the SmackDown tag titles are much better than the Raw tag titles, I think.
Now?
Yeah. Like, like competition wise.
Oh.
Like this Friday night, you got the Street Profits defending the titles against the Machine Guns.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then at WrestleMania, they just announced the New Day taking on Ivar and Eric. So
that must be a make good for all the injuries. Trying to get them on Mania one time. Yeah.
I mean, the hierarchy, you'd put the New Day there on instead. So
yeah, I'd like to see the New Day with a heel entrance at WrestleMania. I definitely would enjoy that.
I don't look forward to the music though.
Nope.
No, sir.
No. All right. What are your thoughts on this tag team triple threat match?
Again, Randy Orton being unselfish and giving the shine to somebody else.
He's having fun.
Yeah, this is when he was actually enjoying himself, supposedly, and but in that process, I think they were trying to make Riddle a bigger star than who he was, and unfortunately, Riddle just couldn't put the weed down.
Yep, and I still say it to this day, this year, later on that year at SummerSlam, Orton would have beat the Tribal Chief if he didn't get injured for the title.
Ooh. So we wouldn't have had that 3-year run?
No. Orton was hot, bro. Orton was hot.
He was. You're right.
Before he got injured that year.
Yeah.
John, do you disagree?
Right.
It's hard because we know how it ended, and to think that it could have ended earlier, it's a tough thing. It's a real tough thing.
It really is.
But hey, he could have lost it to anyone. He could have lost it to Drew. That would have made sense. And he could have lost to Cody the first time. That would have made sense. Kevin Owens always on his ass. That could have happened, So
he never really beat Kevin. He beat him once, but he never truly beat Kevin one-on-one. He always had somebody doing his dirty work. So, man, KO, you got something on the Tribal Chief that you can hold over his head.
Acknowledge KO.
Ooh.
All right. Well, our last WrestleMania, it takes place at WrestleMania 40. We was in attendance. Randy Orton taking on KO. Kevin Owens taking on Logan Paul. Kevin Owens come down on the little golf cart, the supercharged golf cart. He back it up, and Randy Orton gets on, and these guys are having fun. They're having a good ass time. They're whooping on Logan Paul, which every person should do. And yeah, it was a good, entertaining match, but I feel like, other dudes shined off this match right here. So it is what it is.
Crazy.
Hey, yep. Strap, what are your thoughts on last year's WrestleMania?
It is the most recent WrestleMania to be attended in person, yet I don't remember it that much. It's because, in the last couple of years worth of Romanias, I haven't really watched back, including this one, including 40 at all. But, it was a good match for them at the time, because Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, I like them as Team RKO.
Hell yeah.
Have that sneaky, slimy, rotten, no good Logan Paul, so he's doing his job as a dastardly heel. So good for them. It just didn't go Orton's way that particular night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have too many memories of this one. You, Platino?
I don't blame you.
No, I don't. And like I said again, Randy Orton just being the unselfish character that he is, just putting more of the shine on other guys when I honestly wish Randy was be more selfish like his mentor, Triple H. Maybe don't give up that shine to everybody. Sometimes keep it to yourself. But it's not who he is, or maybe it's not what the creator wanted. So another Randall special.
That's actually some good words to the heat on right now. So I definitely enjoy that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Randy Orton. So I'll ask the question. We see Randy Orton, he put over many guys throughout WrestleMania in his career. John, is there any match that you would like to see Randy Orton, past or present, have at WrestleMania?
Like
dream match. Dream match, past or present.
Dream match?
Yeah.
Someone that's on the roster? Or just
anybody, any time period.
Well, can't answer that directly, but yes, the guys from New Japan, they always. What does Tanahashi want to wrestle? He wants to wrestle The Rock. Everybody wants to wrestle The Rock. Okada wants to wrestle The Rock. But if you had to just combine any sort of pro wrestlers with each other, I always thought Okada and Randy Orton. I don't know how tall Okada really is, and maybe Orton would be taller than him, bigger than him, perhaps. But two guys with their kind of build, long legs, like thick legs, masters of drop kicks, known as an all-around great performer. I think Okada and Randy Orton would be a tremendous dream matchup. But as for WWE only, don't know. It seems like he has wrestled everyone. But if you're going to ask this question or not, it's like, what was his best WrestleMania match? I mean, he's had all sorts of matches. You know, the triple threats, the Money in the Banks, the tag matches. I like to look at one-on-one matches. So it's kind of weird to go for this one, but it's like if I had to pick a singles match for Randy Orton of all the WrestleMania matches he's had, I'd have to choose the one with Seth Rollins. That would be his best singles match.
That's you right there. Well, there's Terry right there.
Like I said, I found a favorite in his first WrestleMania match, the Evolution versus the Rock and Sock. Enjoyed that one a lot. And I guess my new favorite, I guess it'd be a tie. And they're both triple threat matches. Go figure. The WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan and Batista, and my new favorite, classic. My modern favorite, him and Legacy at WrestleMania.
Oh 26. My god, I can't believe you really like that match, man. That'd be one of your all-time favorites.
It's 2 against 3. It's 2 against you.
All right,
for audio listeners, he just flipped me off.
Well, for me, I have to say one of my favorites, probably because I was in attendance. It had to be Orton and CM Punk. That was a damn good showing. Orton and Daniel Bryan and Batista, I was in attendance too. That's another one. That's another, top 3 for me in WrestleMania. But if you really want to, check the archives, that one with him and Triple H, that was storytelling at its best, and I love a good storytelling, a good story tale. So I definitely enjoyed that. That was it. So, Platinum, I mean, you was talking earlier. What dream match would you like to see if Randy Orton was able to have at WrestleMania?
Well, I talked to you offline, and John doesn't know about it yet, but I'm wearing the T-shirt of the man who he probably should have wrestled at Mania, but never got the opportunity at WrestleMania.
He did.
So he wrestled them, but never at WrestleMania.
Papa Platinum
Master
just went blank.
P.
Platinum just went pink, or he just gone. He disappeared. Hold on, when it was gone.
Pour one out.
Oh, hold on. You got a pink shirt on.
Oh, Jesus.
Eddie Guerrero.
The variety. The red version.
The reason why I say that is Cody Rhodes just recently did promo on, was it SmackDown or Raw? I forget which one it was. SmackDown. And he went down the lineage of all the titles that WWE has had. And when he got to the belt that Eddie wore, the crowd just ate it up. This is a man who hasn't wrestled in 20 some odd years. God rest that man's soul. He's he left an impact on this industry that not many have ever been able to do or duplicate at the time, and probably never will. And just Randy getting into Ray's head that he's going to hell or he's in hell. Why don't you try to take him to hell?
I could definitely see, good ass promo storyline between them two, Orton now and Eddie at his peak. I would definitely enjoy that. That'd definitely be a good ass match. And who go over?
Ooh. Depends on who needs it more and what's at stake.
The WWE Championship.
Well, with WWE going with that Latin, with all the Latin talent right now, it's got to go with Eddie. You got to go with Eddie. If you're building Penta, Ray, LWO, well, not really LWO, but Penta and Ray alone, you got to go with Eddie to build that roster up for the Latinos. So that's where I would go.
All right.
Oh, man.
Strap, what do you think? Do you agree?
Well, as a major WrestleMania feud, sure. These two guys are...
It definitely could sell.
Totally capable of it. I just looked up here. They did have a match on SmackDown.
Yeah, I saw that too. I looked it up.
See, he asked me off camera earlier. I'm like, did they have a match? I'm like, he probably had like a dark match because I know he was on Raw, another one on SmackDown, so I had no clue.
I was thinking about it in my head. I'm like, there was time where they, on the roster at the same time. I'm like, well, right between right before he died. You know, Orton got drafted to SmackDown, and I guess they did have a match. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Amazing.
Well,
but my question for the night, though,
hold on.
Should Randy have been more selfish to be considered one of the GOATs of all time? Because honestly, there was another man in that same era, and he never got over that. John Cena.
Should Randy Orton be more selfish to get to where Cena was at?
Yes.
No, I say just because his demons got to him, or not his demons, but just his personality at the time. You know, pushed him. He had start go type of or stop type of career.
So I'll say we'll eliminate those, the bad demons and all that. Does that propel him to be the greatest of all time over John Cena? Because wrestling wise, he was 10 times better than Cena.
Yes.
But promo wise, he never left that memorable promo that John had. If he was able to put in the work that John did promo wise, would he be the greatest of all time?
If Randy Orton was how he is now, how he keeps it real,
yep,
he'd be the GOAT. He'd be the GOAT. And you could tell with, how he plays to the fans, how he cut to the, emotional promo that you actually could feel like what he's talking about. That would definitely would consider him the GOAT.
Yeah. I said the same thing. I wish he just didn't have those demons, man. And it's no slight on him. He still had an excellent career. He's still one of the top guys of all time. But just that one little thing, you eliminate that, and he might be le champion of les champions.
John, what'd you think?
No. There's nothing wrong with Randy Orton being, one of the backbones of WWE for all this time. Yes. Helping carry the company, but you compare him to John Cena, and John Cena's not exactly like, regardless of what any photos you can find online, he's not one of my favorites of all time. And calling him the GOAT is also incorrect, in my opinion. But I can see why they would give him that title and why they would, do that for him. Because he was a face. Orton, he went back and forth way too many times. And over that such long a career, you're gonna have to do that, and that's fine. That's okay. But we've gone over the entire 90 minutes here, plus talking about his lengthy WrestleMania career. And yeah, he's had a great career, and he's been around forever, but so is Hardcore Holly. Not
oh my God.
But they've done that. And as we can see, he's been put in the spot. Like I said, certified main eventer for WrestleMania. That is a big deal. Like Seth Rollins said, it's a big deal. And CM Punk will reach that, but still has yet to. And that's why it's a big deal to him too. It means something. And it does mean a lot that Randy Orton was put in that position. And you're not going to be put in that position if you're a slouch, if you're a B plus player. But yeah, he's definitely earned it. And he is a great representative, a great wrestler to be there, but I don't think he was ever or could ever be like the top absolute like babyface headliner guy that Hogan, Austin, Cena was.
Yeah.
But he's definitely there. He's always in top consideration, always within a extra push to the main event level. He is great. He is that guy. But as a singular greatest of all time, he is one of the greats of all time, sure. But he is not the greatest, the EST of WWE. No, unfortunately, no. He's a big part of the family, but he's not the favorite child.
Okay. You won me over with that one. Checkmate.
That was good. I get it.
On that note, no.
Well, on that note, that was Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And looking forward to seeing what Randy does this upcoming Saturday or Sunday night at WrestleMania. And yeah, this concludes our WrestleMania editions of the Doesn't Matter podcast. Till next year.
Oh, thank God.
6 weeks of WrestleMania coverage.
Whew. That's what happened. You want to go 419 to 420? Like you want to add 3 more weeks? Like that's crazy. Usually it's like the end of March and like the first 2 weeks of April. They want to do it to Easter.
Give me more time to diet. That's all.
Diet, baby, diet.
So what's on the docket for next week, there, Bubba?
Probably nothing. That. We're too busy for that shit.
We are too busy. You would say that, but if we can make it happen, it's going to be AEW Dynasty 2024.
Ooh, get your popcorn ready. Get your drinks up. Make sure you got your diaper because you're going to be here for at least 5 hours of non-stop AEW action.
Our first AEW show, which might not happen, but we will see.
It's on the books, but it probably won't happen.
It probably won't happen.
It probably won't happen.
It probably won't happen. It's WrestleMania week.
Yeah, it's true. We never know what might just pop up this weekend.
You never know.
Don't stay tuned for that one. It's not gonna happen.
it might happen. It might be a little delayed, but it's gonna happen.
The staff is taking a week off for WrestleMania, and so should you. Come to Las Vegas. Tickets are still available. Lots of tickets.
Yes.
But in the meantime, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, well, X, Twitch, and Pornhub. Oh, sorry.
Pornhub. Yes.
You want to count.
Category IDM BBWs.
What?
I don't know.
What's wrong with that?
All right. Well, until then, I'm Notorious One. I am Dom. I'm here with my boy Strap Facts. I'm here with the Dominican Dream, baby. Poppy Platino. It is WrestleMania week. Enjoy WrestleMania, guys, because we are going to enjoy it. And we will see you guys next week or maybe 2 weeks. We'll see. It doesn't matter. Boom.